We recently talked about the first basketball shoe with no laces, first laceless hoop shoe, and the same brand is back, double duty this time, with the PUMA Double Disc. Hey, what's good guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today we got a detailed look and review on these guys right here. I don't want to call them bad boys. I'll get into that in a little bit. But this is the PUMA Double Disc. So it's their brand new basketball shoe, even though they look like a water shoe. Like they don't look like a hoop shoe. And there's tons of features on here that I absolutely love, except for one, once again. So let's get right into it. First things first, look at that traction, man. That feels like a beast, dude. And I like that it's a color this time. And this feels like the same kind of rubber that they've been using on the previous models that I've been really liking, like the Hardcourt and the PUMA Clyde All Pro. So I really dig that because this rubber feels tacky as on top of that, this stuff actually looks like it'll be viable for outdoor, which is good, especially right now because I still don't have a gym. I'm in California, so I'm just stuck playing outside whenever the weather permits. Now, the thing that I don't like about the shoe, the one thing, I don't know how to explain this. You know the saying, it's like you took one step forward, two steps back. I feel like with the Clyde All Pro, the cushion wasn't one step forward. That was like, you just went from basic to amazing right off the bat. When you have that and then this is the follow-up, I was expecting great cushion out of these guys, and I put them on. There was nothing. There was a little bit of bounce in the back, but I don't use this area of the shoe. I'm using that to break, and that's about it. So the foam is Pro Foam once again, and Pro Foam is their proprietary blend or their name or whatever of their blend of EVA. And whatever they did with the All Pro, the Pro Foam Plus or Pro Foam Light, I can't remember which one it is. It's one of the two. Whatever that is, you need to use that on every shoe. You just do. And it's unfortunate because I really like what Puma's doing. They're probably like the one brand that kind of excites me every time they got a new basketball shoe out. Like the rest of them, I'm kind of like, okay, yeah, you're hitting this and this and this, and cool, I'm ready to go. But like this brand, I never really know what to expect with them, which is probably the reason for my excitement. And so yeah, so I'm always excited. I always have some kind of anticipation level for certain aspects, especially after playing in all of their shoes. And it's just the cushion, man. The cushion was the one thing that I felt like they really needed. They got it right in that one shoe, and then now we're back here again. I'm just like, dude, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Especially with a shoe like this. Now, they do have a second version of a disc shoe, right? So like they're more retro looking, and they have like a weird kind of cross strap thing with a little, clicker on the tongue and everything like that. And that shoe I don't have. I hope that I can get it soon. These were actually sent by PUMA, so a big thank you to the people over at PUMA. We greatly appreciate it when a brand chooses to support us in that way. So like I was saying with that retro looking PUMA disc shoe, I hope that those have a better cushion setup because they look better than these two. These, again, they look like a water shoe. So if they don't, like what the hell, man? What happened to Pro Foam Plus? You guys use it once and you're done? That shit was awesome.
I guarantee it.
Now the upper on these guys is the part that really, right? Like it's not just me.
I was gonna ask.
Like, are they a basketball shoe?
Yeah, I thought maybe they were supposed to be like a sporty lifestyle shoe.
Maybe, but I mean, they're in this box. This is usually their performance box, the black PUMA box. So they have labels. They just don't tell you. The black boxes typically are performance oriented, unless they're in a runner. I'm just talking about like the basketball side. And then that green box that looks just like this is their retro lifestyle stuff. And then they have their archive box, which is like really clean looking and stuff. And that's their one-for-one, almost retro style packaging. But anyways, the upper on these guys is just a bunch of textiles. So the gray stuff that you see is a basic textile. You got a neoprene, kind of like, this is the part that really looks like a water shoe and stuff. It looks like it's waterproof, but it's not. There are some suede overlays, which I like. So this guy right here, the heel and the toe rand, suede, I love it. But again, the visuals, I don't know, just a little funny. I do like these though. They look like friendship bracelets. They are TPU coated, which is really interesting. So I don't know if that's gonna make them more durable or not, but I just thought it was interesting. I think what it's supposed to do is make it so that the cables don't shred the fibers underneath it. Speaking of those cables, we do have a double disc system. So we have a disc on top and we have a disc in the back. And this is the lacing system right here. And it's really, really interesting because there's cables all over the place, right? And I was kind of like, oh, where are they drawing to and from and all of that stuff? And I didn't really, even though I had it in hand and I was tightening them and stuff, I didn't notice it until it was on foot. That's where you could feel it. The top disc is just this section right here, this little guy right there. That's all it's isolated to. This back disc, when you tighten that up, you can see that the strings are drawing towards the forefoot, and all of these forefoot strings are tied in there. So not only is it tightening down on the forefoot area, but it's also drawing you back into the heel, which is really crazy because for a laceless system, that's fucking awesome. Now it does come with its faults, okay? For one, you can over tighten, so that sucks. Two, they sound funny when you're walking around in them. that kind of like wet boot sound. You get that when you're walking around in these because the cables go underneath the layers and then they're touching this fused plastic so that it doesn't, again, shred up the softer material underneath. But that's the sound that you get when you're, and I mean, I don't want that. If you're gonna have something like this, it's gotta be silent, but it works. So I'm hoping that on court, it works even better and it doesn't chew my feet up or anything. I can't feel any of the cables like on the foot. You could just feel them enclosing around it and stuff. So that's a good move. And to use these things is super easy. All you do is turn it left. Wait, what? Which way's my left? That is left, right? Let me redo that.
No. That's turning it right.
Oh, right is to unlock.
Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey.
So if I'm looking at it though, that's right. But if you're looking at it, then it's left.
To loosen it?
Yeah, so what way do I explain that?
Just that if you're wearing it, it's like everything in life that we've learned. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey.
No, because left is tight. When I'm looking down, left is tight, right? Or unless it's this is right. Now to use the system, it's super easy to unlock it. You just move it over and then you just grab it and you pull it open and it loosens it up right away. Same thing right here, you unlock it. This one you're gonna need to use the pull tab and that'll pop this out. There's other pull tabs right here, but those are attached to the shoe and they get in the way. Almost wish that those weren't there, but you will kind of need those because this is a tight enclosure, so to get in you'll need to move it out of the way a little bit. So the main difference between something like this and fast fit and auto lacing is that this is not for special needs. So this right here, like if you have dexterity issues or like carpal tunnel, whatever, like you can't like grip things, this is not going to help you out whatsoever, let alone you're not gonna be able to get in the. That's not what the purpose of this was. So for those of you guys being like, oh, what's the difference between, that's the difference, is that the intent of fly ease and auto lacing or adapt lacing was for an entirely different like kind of category or a different type of person. Not that me and you can't use them, but they were intended for a special purpose in mind. Whereas this guy right here is kind of like a novelty, like, hey, you don't have laces. Now, as far as their fit is concerned, they do fit true to size. However, they fit 1-to-1. Some people are not gonna like that. I put them on and I was like, man, that's my fit right there. So they fit just perfect. If you wanted a little bit of wiggle room, you're probably gonna wanna go up half a size.
Righty-tighty.
So that is right?
I'm turning it right.
Yeah, but I feel like this way is left.
No, but you're turning it right. You're turning it right.
So I'm just stupid? I don't know, I feel like I'm turning it to my left arm. So
No,
that's...
You're turning it to your right elbow.
Man, you can really crush your foot in this. And be careful.
I just think that's interesting with the fit. If you're saying that it's so 1-to-1 already that you would even need to cinch yourself down.
That's the cool part about it, is that like when I wore like something like the 33, it's not that it wasn't 1-to-1 because it does have that snug fit and everything, but when you're moving around in the shoe, you don't feel like, you feel like you're missing laces. So like you want to constantly like yank, you know what I mean? Like that thing closed so that you can get a tighter fit, and then it ended up cutting my foot up. Whereas with this, you put it on right away. It's a lower cut shoe, lower sitting on your foot, and it's just a sock. So it feels, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Almost like the Adidas Next Level. That's a shoe with no laces. That shoe still blows my mind. But that shoe has absolutely no laces, doesn't need them. And I'm like, how did they do this? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So like when you have a shoe that fits like that and then you add this little mechanism on top of that, I think that that's really neat. Again, I still prefer just laces. I just think it's easier for me. I think that this is really cool, but that's like as far as it goes, you know? Like our son has a pair of Pumas, like the Sonic ones, and they're quite literally like the Sonic looking shoe. It's a runner, it's red, it's got yellow and blue and all that stuff, and it's got that little thing on there, the BOA system, right? And he loves it. He loves it, boom, and all that stuff. He doesn't have to do anything, but he's also 7. You know, so yeah, so I'm not. And so like when I see this, I'm like, oh, that's sick, but I just need some laces real quick. Like I like laces. I feel like I could swag a shoe out better with laces. Like with this, I can't make this look any cooler than whatever it looks like right now. And same with that. And if I'm dressed up like Batman, this is cool. It looks like them Jordan 6s that he wore in the movie, or the Bo Jackson trainers or whatever with all the armor pieces on the top. This though looks like a water shoe, and I can't make it not look like a water shoe. Otherwise, let me know what you think about these down below in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for the support. Again, thank you to Puma for sending these our way. I am going to play in these eventually, hopefully, because yeah, this year still hasn't gotten better. It's looking better long term as the vaccines are rolling out, but we'll see. But anyways, thank you so much for everything, and until next time, guys, have a good one.